Hello, this is Valiant Customs. Thanks for clicking on my channel. I'm Steve. This video, we're going to have probably a couple things, hopefully. Maybe this front piece getting sanded down and finished. Not sure yet because I want to get this dash welded up for my friend Andrew so he can get his Loadstar or give him motivation and to keep things progressing on his Loadstar, because he's doing a great job with it. I mean, I'm impressed. I mean, I think he's done a lot, and for a build like this, that he's never done a build like this or anything. So I think he's doing a great job. Oops, sorry about that. What else? So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get going on this dash. Get wild. Get wild. Get wild. Get wild. So all I was doing was just putting spot welds every so often. I mean, I didn't have an inch or 2 inch. I just every so often where I thought it was cool, where it was cool to the touch and everything, that I put a spot weld. I'm not gonna keep you on hyperdrive the whole time I'm doing this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out some of this here and go from there. If you blow through on the metal, like there's a couple spots on here that I have, don't just keep putting heat into it and everything. Come back to it. Just let it cool off. Come back, put another dot on it. If it's not enough weld still, let it cool off. Come back to it, put another dot on it until you get that hole filled in. Otherwise, you'll just warp the crap right out of it, and not even sure. I mean, this is probably going to have some warpage anyways. I see on the front side where there's some warpage where it was, because the one section, let's see here, see if I can show you guys. Oops. So, stop shaking now. Like this section here, this originally, he cut it here and up and across to get rid of it, to put the gauges in. And but then I suggested putting putting a 3-inch, extending it 3 inches, so that and putting this back in it so it looks more like the stock dash. And it got a little bit of heat in it right here, which I'm not sure exactly how we're going to fix that yet, but we will. I mean, I don't know if I have to cut it and, pop it up and weld it or something like that, I will. But we'll come back to that. Main thing is I just want to get most of the other stuff done, and wherever it's warped, we'll fix it from that point on and just go from there. So I got this side somewhat smoothed out and everything. I'm not going to go too much further than this. I'm not too worried about it because it's going to have body filler on it, fiberglass on it and everything. Oh, I forgot my mics. Hold on. All right, so I got this pretty much smoothed out the best that I want it, other than right here. I still got to put some more weld in here and grind this down smoother. But it's with this this speaker grill here, it makes it kind of difficult. In fact, I feel right there it's warped. Yeah, a little bit, but not too bad. I can probably straighten that out. The areas I'm worried about are right here on the edges and right here on the edge and right there. My Lanta, whoo, that's wow, that's a whole lot of fun right there waiting to happen. But I'll probably get this all ground down smooth, and wherever I didn't hit, well, I see I missed a spot there and right there. Maybe I'll go ahead and hit them real quick, make sure it's all done. Oh, missed one right there. Yeah, I'm gonna go through and make sure that's all filled in, and then that way I can probably grind that one down. And not sure what I'm going to do about it in here. I'm thinking maybe I'll take an old grinding wheel, and that radius, or the radius of the grinding wheel will fit in here and grind that weld down so it's got that lip right there. All right, I'll bring you back. So we got a couple things going on here. One, I don't think I mixed my my fiberglass body filler. I don't think I mixed it well enough, because some of the spots were still a little wet, and I thought that they might be dry already, or maybe I didn't give it enough time to dry. But I also think that the fiberglass, I don't think I gave the rust converter that I sprayed down on it enough time to dry either. Again, I thought I did. I mean, but it was a pretty old can of rust converter, so maybe it needed longer, or I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it was doing some pretty crazy stuff. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can show you real well or not here, but like right in here, there was fiberglass here. It just peeled right off. So I'm assuming that might be the rust converter. But then here and here, excuse me. Ooh. Don't breathe in the fiberglass. Anyways, here and here acted like it was still a little wet. It didn't harden up all the way. Oh, and one spot right here. So I got 3 spots that look like it didn't harden up all the way. This one here looks like it hardened up, except for on the bottom part it didn't. And it just peeled right off of there like butter sliding right on off in a frying pan or something. But anyways, no big deal. I don't care. All I was doing was just getting in the rough shape of it. And I wanted to just sand it down a little bit. And then I was using 80 grit. And when I go to put more fiberglass on it, or actually, hopefully I won't have to put more fiberglass, but if I do, I'm just going to take 80 grit paper and go over it by hand, so it leaves some scratches in it, so it's got something to adhere to. The sides of this dash, I wasn't sure I still don't know what's going on with it. They were welded up. I ground them down. I went ahead and put fiberglass on each corner, and we'll just have to see from there. Either it'll work or it won't work. whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. We'll just, if it doesn't work, then we'll go over it again and do what we got to do. All right, I guess I think I'm done for the night. I'll let this do what it's going to do, and I'll be back tomorrow to do what I gotta do to this. More sanding and more spreading mud. Okay, so been doing some grinding on this, and I wanted to show you guys how I'm grinding a certain area of the dash. So let me go ahead and turn you around, and I'll show you that real quick. Okay, so this area, well, this section right here was all filled in. It all had weld in it. And I wanted to keep this line right here of the dash, and then it'll blend in down here. But all this section here where it's all welded in, like this. Yeah, there you go, you can see it. I'm taking a, I'm taking a big grinding wheel, or a big, grinding wheel like this, and putting it up in here and just running it along here and putting my groove in it. And then if I have like up in here, you can see I had some weld there. I went up and just kind of touched it down so that it was all in transition with that, darn it, in transition with this body line here, this radius. But I had to weld this up because I accidentally cut it earlier when I had to cut this section to raise it up to weld it on there. So I filled that in and then ground that down smooth with that big stone. And I'm going to come over here and do the same thing on this section here. I'm just going to do it with that, and then excuse me. And then when it's close, I'm going to go over it a little bit more probably still, because it's still got some like sharp edges and stuff in here. But once that's done, then this is all going to get a little smear of a filler in there to fill in the welds, and also to help get the lower radius here into it. So yeah, it's I have been worked out here on this section of it. Got some pretty low spots in there, and it's getting there. I got to figure out what I got to do right here to get this filled in. And I got the same problem on this side. Right here. Got this section here I got to do. Probably just gonna maybe spot weld or tack up some metal in there and put filler over that as well. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to clear this section up, and then I have to come over here and clean this mess up. Not sure. I'll probably grind it down as far as I can, and then that'll also be getting some filler, because there's no way I'm going to be able to repair all this. Yeah. This part I ground down some. That's going to be filler. There should be filler all along here, and here, and then all along this section, all the way down, to blend that all in. I just don't want to. I don't want to have. I don't want to have a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch thick of filler. I want, just a skim coat to be able to do it right there. That's a little bit deeper than what I want, so I'll have to fix that a little bit. All right, I'll bring you back when I got something else. So on this here, I put a little filler right here to get rid of that notch that was in there, and I did the same thing on the other side. And then this here, I ground down the welds, and then put filler over this, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that area up there yet. This area, I got a little bit of section here, right here, that I gotta finish grinding. And then like I said, I'm just gonna schmooze a little filler in there and hopefully that'll take care of all that. But this here, there's a gap here, there's no metal underneath it. And this part here looks like it was a plate that went on it. And it was cut big enough where this here, the plate is now welded to this. So I'm not positive how I'm gonna fix all that, but I figure I'll get this on here, get this sanded down smooth, and ready for regular filler, body filler. This is fiberglass. And then, yeah, and then I'll have that section over there to do yet. So it's definitely a work in progress, but we're getting there. We're making it better. So we should be all right. We should be good. Oh, when I ground it, after I ground it down, the metal underneath had surface rust, so I went ahead and hit that with the disc or the DA or whatever. Yeah, my DA, and I think I had 80 grit on it. And then I went over it again with that rust converter. And you can see right here, it started turning purple and everything where there might have been any surface rust on it. So yeah, and hopefully this works out better than it did on the other side, where I really think it had a reaction to the converter, the rust converter. Anyways, enough yapping. I will bring you back in a little bit. So the dash is far from done, but I do have a good rough shape of it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn around and show you that. And I'm probably going to be done for the night, but I wanted to at least update you on this part. So we got all this here filled in. Again, this is only just the roughing it in. I'm going to go over with and scrape it up, or scratch it up or whatever, so the body filler can stick to it. I came over here and filled this gap here because I had a big triangle out of it right here. Got that filled in. That's looking good. Over here, I did the same thing. There was a triangle out of it here. This one looks like the corner of it kind of gave way a little bit. So I got to redo that. But all in all, it's not too shabby. Like I said, it's just roughed in. I did not go around this yet with any. I'll do that later on, probably tomorrow. This up here, I still don't know what I'm going to do with that. That's pretty rough. But we will figure something out about that, no matter what. So we have a little bit more grinding that I did to it. And I went ahead and smeared a little filler on it. Or not the filler, the fiberglass filler. A little tip of my finger. Be careful with your grinder, because it will take off a little bit of the nail. Yeah. Anyways, little shop towel and some duct tape, good as new, or electrical tape. But anyway, this is what I have. Let me bring you in here. So I went ahead and, like I said, I took the grinder and ground that all down, and then I just took the fiberglass filler and took my finger and smeared it in here like this. And then I'll go back through and sand it, so then it'll have that radius that the stock, what it had originally. And hopefully it'll look good. Over here we kind of, I don't even know. Over here we just kind of, because it's there was a whole lot of stuff going on over here. So we kind of did what we could to take care of that. Same with right here. We did what we could to take care of that. There was a bunch of stuff going on here. What else? I guess that's it for now. I'll bring you back when I get the when I get that sanded down, or you know, so you can see what it looks like. Man, what a mess. Whew. All right, so I got the top part fairly smooth. I'm gonna need to put another layer on it because I got a low spot here and a low spot right in. Basically, this whole area right in here is a low spot. But the rest of it came out pretty decent. I'm sure Andrew will be very happy with it. There was a big old lump right here. I still got to sand. I mean, this part I got to sand. I just kind of went over the front just a little bit. I still have all the front to do yet. But for the top, after I get this one coat done, the top will be somewhat done. I still want to go in here with a wire brush, clean the rust out of there. Still want to go down here and clean the rust out of that that little tray or whatever this is where the windshield sits on. And yeah. So that's the progress for today. All right, so we're out here yet again on this dash. I did already go ahead and put the second coat of stuff on it, and well, I figured I'd just go ahead and show you. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so got this part. This is all smooth and nice. I'm okay with this here. It's still got a little dimple right here. I'm okay with it because that's just how it's going to be, I guess. So I still got to, you know, fix this up in here or get this in filler other than fiberglass filler. This still needs to be fixed. Don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. Still sanding this here down. But this here is smooth. And, whoa, easy. About to fall on my face here in a minute. And then I went ahead and put the second coat on the back of this. And this is good. Some of the stuff I'm not sure how. Oh, whoops, I got a little bit right there I got to fix yet. But some of the stuff I'm not sure what we're going to do about it or anything, like the speaker grill. In here is pretty nice, but over here it kind of warped or something and dipped down a little bit, so it looks a little thicker right here. And not sure how we're going to do that. I do have to fix this though. Huh, okay. So so this is smooth, front smooth. As soon as I get this section right here done, once I get that done, I think I'm going to go ahead and, man, I got so much crap in my way. All right, so as soon as I get this done, I think I'll go ahead and put it in primer. And yeah, at least it's in primer and protected a little bit. And then I guess whatever he decides, because I'm still up in the air on this here. I don't know. I mean, look at this. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do about this. It's got a notch missing here, here. I don't know. It's a work in progress. No doubt about it. But I figured I'd ask him what he feels he wants to do about it and everything. Maybe we end up just cutting it all out and putting another piece of metal in there and going that route. I don't know yet. But that's where I'm at. Just wanted to update you guys. So I got a little tip for you guys. I put the epoxy on this thing, and my tip for you is stop shaking. There we go. Camera, stop. All right, there we go. All right, my tip is if you guys recognize an issue, right then, just stop. I'm talking about the spray gun. Then again, I'm talking about anything really in life, but the spray gun is what I'm talking about right now. So what had happened was I didn't have the gun clean enough, I guess. That's what I'm assuming. Within just this little section, well, let me move you again, bring you over here a little bit closer. So in just this little section right here, I already knew that I was having an issue because it was not atomizing. The primer was not atomizing, or whatever you want to call it there, and it just I should have stopped right then and dumped it into a cup or something, clean the gun out again real good or whatever, or for that matter just dump it out, period. I mean, whatever. The thing was, I was having an issue and I should have stopped, and I didn't. I went ahead and I was like, well, I'm going to have filler primer on it and this and that, and it's going to dry it. I'm going to sand it down, blah, 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 blah. So I just went over the whole thing, and I mean, it just peppered. It left big old huge droplets and everything all over. And needless to say, I spent quite a bit of time sanding this thing down again. So then I went and cleaned the gun. I actually took the 2.0 tip off of it, put my 1.7 tip on it. I'm getting ready to spray it right now with the 1.7 with the high build primer, and hopefully it comes out good. But it was a lot of sanding to get rid of a lot of the droplets, or whatever you want to call it. And even then, I know I don't even have all of it. It was far smoother before I started putting that epoxy on it, or the epoxy primer. So that's my tip. If you notice something, I mean, like right then, I should have stopped. Then I only would have had this little bit here to clean up, no big deal. Well, if you notice something, stop, figure out the problem, go on from there. You'll be a lot further ahead. Speaking from experience, I've done it many times, and I keep doing it, but it is what it is. So I'll bring you back after I get this sprayed with the high build. So I got the dash all in filler primer now and everything. I'm not gonna sand it down right now. I'm gonna wait till Andrew gets this section here fixed up. That way I can get it back and I'll primer it and put body filler on it or whatever I need to do to make this good. But he's gonna weld in a flat piece, get rid of this cut up thing. And then hopefully then it'll be in the Loadstar. Maybe painted, I don't know. But let me get you down off of here and we'll take a little look at it. So it's got little imperfections, but but the high build will fill that in. Like you can see some of Like right in there, there's some deep scratches. I might have to put some glazing putty on that when I get it back. And got a little run in it up there, but I just wanted some sort of coverage on it so it was protected and didn't rust and all that good stuff. That's the section he's gonna take and fix. And then this section here, when it comes back or whatever, we'll take care of this and fix that so those bolts don't show. Fix this up a little bit better. But he's pretty happy with, oh, this is where I flipped it over to show him the bolts on the back of this thing, and my stand, these foam things on the stand, stuck it in the primer because I thought it was going to be at least dry enough for me to do that, but I guess not. All right, well, he's standing here next to me. He's seen it. He's happy with it. So that's it. That's extended. This was extended. It was extended 3 inches. These sides here were extended on both sides so that it would accommodate the Duramax, HVAC, and all that good stuff that's in there. So no more yapping. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. God bless, and I will catch you on the next one.